Hello students, in this today's class we are going to discuss about the different types of first order kinetics, different types of first order reactions. Now it is completely based upon the advanced level. Okay, there are three different types of first order kinetics. Number one, reversible reaction. Number two, parallel reaction. Number three, series or consecutive or sequential reactions. Okay, now we will discuss one by one the first type of a first order kinetics, that is the first order opposed by the first order reversible reaction. What is the meaning of this? That means you have one reversible reaction. Let's suppose A reactant and B product. Okay, now here this is a reversible reaction, A reversible B. Okay, that means in the forward direction, that means the formation of B from A is a first order kinetics, and the opposite reaction, that is the formation of A from B, that is the reverse reaction, is also first order kinetics. Are you getting my point? Now here let's suppose consider the rate constant for first order kinetics in the forward direction K1 and in the backward direction K2. Are you getting my point? Now we can take the K1 as a rate constant for forward reaction and K2 as a rate constant for backward reaction or reverse reaction. Okay, now here let's suppose initially in the beginning only we have reactant A. Let's assume, okay, there is no any product in the container. Are you getting my point? Only we are taking reactants, that means in the container initially only reactants are present. Are you getting my point? Now at a certain time interval T, let's suppose X moles of reactant A consumed. That means the remaining moles of reactant will be A0 minus X and X moles of B will be formed, that is will be the product will be formed because the stoichiometry is 1:1. Are you getting my point? Let's suppose if the system attaining the equilibrium. Now when the time reaches to equilibrium time, now how many moles of reactant A consumed? Let's suppose Xe, where E stands for at equilibrium. Are you getting my point? Now how many moles of product will be formed? Xe, where E stands for equilibrium, Xe stands for concentration of B at equilibrium, and A0 minus Xe stands for concentration of reactant A at a time interval T equilibrium. Are you getting my point? Now in this graph, if you see, there is a graph plotted between the concentration versus time. The concentration is a function of time. Now if you see, initially only we have reactant. So what is the concentration of reactant initially? A0. Okay, as the time starts, slowly reactants consume to give the products. Are you getting my point? That's why the concentration of reactant slowly what happens? Decreases. Now in this graph, if you see, this is corresponding to reactants. This is corresponding to what? Reactants. This is corresponding to reactants graph, and this is corresponding to products graph. Okay, now here initially only reactant is present, that's why the concentration will be A0. Okay, as the time starts, the concentration of reactant slowly decreases. Okay, at a time interval T, what is the concentration of a reactant A? A0 minus X. And what is the concentration of a reactant B? Product B, that will be the X. Are you getting my point? Now when the system attaining the equilibrium, we know at equilibrium the concentration of reactants become constant. Yes. Now at equilibrium, what is the concentration of reactant A? A0 minus Xe. This A0 minus Xe will be the concentration of reactant at a time at equilibrium. And what is the concentration of B at equilibrium? That will be X into E. Are you getting my point? Now here, what will be the rate of formation of B? B is formed in the forward direction. So I am writing in forward reaction, rate of formation of B. What is the rate of formation of B in the forward direction? Is equal to K1 times of the concentration of reactant A. Are you getting my point? K1 is the rate constant in the forward direction I am taking. So what is the concentration of a reactant at a time interval T? That will be A0 minus X. This is the equation number 1. Okay. Now this is a reversible reaction. After certain time interval of t, the so formed B will decompose to give the reactant A. That means B can also disappear to give A. That means in backward direction. That means in backward reaction, what will be the, in the backward direction, what happens? The compound B undergo disappearance or decompose. So in backward reaction, what will be the rate of disappearance of, what will be the rate of disappearance? The rate of disappearance of B in backward direction, in backward reaction, will be equal to, what is the rate constant in the backward direction? K2 times of the concentration of the B. What is the concentration of the B here? That will be the X. So I am writing K2 times of the X. Okay, this will be the equation number 2. Now here you see, let's suppose in the forward direction 50 moles of B per second is formed. Let's suppose assume in forward direction how many moles of B is forming? 50 moles per second. That will be the rate of reaction in the forward direction. Now similarly, if you see in the backward direction, B also disappear. Let's suppose 20 moles of B disappear in the reverse direction per second. What will be the net moles of formation of B? 50 minus 20, because 50 moles in the forward direction it is forming and 20 moles in the backward direction it is disappearing. So net formation of B will be how much? 50 minus 20. So similarly, what I am trying to write here, net formation of B. What I am writing here? Net formation of B. The net formation of B, that is the rate of formation of net formation of B, that will be dB by dt will be equal to accelerate rate of forward reaction minus rate of backward reaction. Are you getting my point? Now here dB by dt, what is the rate of forward reaction here? K1 times of A0 minus X minus of backward reaction. What is the rate of the backward reaction? K2 times of the X. Are you getting my point? Now at time interval t, minus dA by dt, that is the rate of disappearance of A, will be equal to rate of formation of B, that will be plus dB by dt, is equal to K1 times of A0 minus X minus of K2 times of the X. Yes or no? K2 times of the X at any time of interval. Okay. Now when the system attaining the equilibrium, then do you know the characteristic property of equilibrium? Rate of forward reaction will be equal to the rate of reverse or backward reaction. Okay. That means let's suppose 50 moles of B is forming in the forward direction. Similarly, 50 moles of B is also decomposes in the reverse direction. That means the net formation of B will be, what happens? 0. That means the d by dt value will be equal to 0 where? At equilibrium. So from equation number 3, let's suppose this is the equation number 3. From equation number 3, if you take the dB by dt value 0, that means K1 times of A0 minus X minus of K2 times of X value equal to what? 0. Are you getting my point? That means here K1 times of A0 minus X will be equal to K2 times of the X. From here K1 into A0 minus K1 into X will be equal to K2 into X. Okay. Now here one more important thing, we are dealing at equilibrium, so that's why we should write the concentration now in terms of equilibrium. So I am writing Xe. Are you getting my point? Because the system attaining where? At equilibrium position. Okay. So K1 A0 minus K1 Xe is equal to K2 Xe. Are you getting my point? From here K1 plus K2 times of Xe will be equal to K1 into A0. Are you getting my point? From here K1 plus K2 will be equal to K1 into A0 divided by Xe. Let's suppose this will be the equation number 4. Now at time interval t, the rate of reaction minus dA by dt or plus dB by dt will be equal to dx by dt, which is equal to k1 times of a naught minus x minus of k2 times of x. Yes or no? Now here shall I write here dx by dt will be equal to k1 times of a naught minus x minus of k2 times of the x. Here I am writing k2 value, that is equal to k1 a naught divided by xe minus k1 into x. So from equation 4, if you see from equation 4, what is the k2 value? K2 value equal to k1 a naught upon xe minus of k1. Are you getting my point? That is k2. So in the above expression I am writing instead of k2, that is equal to k1 a naught by xe minus k1. Are you getting my point? Now here dx by dt which is equal to k1 a naught minus x. Okay, if you multiply with x, so you will get to k1 into a naught into x by xe. Okay, minus of minus you will get plus, so k1 into x. Are you getting my point? Now here dx by dt will be equal to k1 a naught minus k1 x. Okay, minus k1 a naught x upon xe plus k1 x minus k1 x gets cancelled. Okay, now finally what we will get, dx by dt which is equal to k1 into a naught, okay, minus of k1 into a naught into x by xe. Are you getting my point? From here dx by dt is equal to, here shall I take the common k1 a naught, so k1 a naught, so you will get 1 minus x by xe. Are you getting my point? After that again dx by dt will be equal to, the LCM will be xe, so k1 into a naught divided by xe into xe minus x. Are you getting my point? Now if you bring the x terms to one side, so you will get dx by, what are the x times you have here, xe minus x equal to here xe minus, here just wait, before going to that, what I am writing here, what is the value of k1 a naught by xe? Dx by dt is equal to k1 a naught by xe, that will be equal to k1 plus k2 from equation number 4. Okay, so here what I am writing from equation 4, from equation 4, k1 a naught upon xe which is equal to k1 plus k2. Okay, so I am writing dx by dt equal to k1 a naught by xe, shall I write k1 plus k2 into xe minus x. Now bring the x terms to one side, so you will get dx by xe minus x equal to k1 plus k2 into dt. Now what I am doing here, integration on both sides. Are you getting my point? After integration, that is the integral dx by xe minus x will be equal to integral k1 plus k2 into dt. The limits here, x value ranging from 0 to x and t value changes from 0 to t. Are you getting my point? We know how to integrate, because in the first order kinetics we know how to integration. Okay, this will be in the form of integral dx by x, that will be ln x. So I am writing here finally k1 plus k2 equal to 2.303 divided by t. Okay, log of xe divided by xe minus x. So this is the final expression. This will be the final expression. So this expression is very, very important. We have to remember this expression, okay, to calculate the rate constant in forward direction or backward direction, or to calculate the equilibrium constant, or to calculate the time interval, or to calculate the amount of reactant or product at equilibrium. Are you getting my point? What is the K1 here? Rate constant in forward direction. So shall I write, instead of K1, I am writing Kf, rate constant in the forward reaction. What is the K2? Rate constant in the backward or reverse reaction. Will be equal to what? 2.303 by T log of Xe divided by Xe minus X. Are you getting my point? So this is also very important expression regarding the reversible first order opposed by first order kinetics. First order opposed by first order kinetics. Are you getting my point? Suppose in the question, let's suppose A gives B. The reaction is given A gives B. A gives B. Now, so in the above reaction, A gives B. Suppose in the forward direction, the rate constant value K1, and in the reverse reaction, rate constant value K2. Now, in the forward direction, the units for rate constant given, let's suppose time inverse. In the reverse reaction, the rate constant units are given mole per liter per time inverse. Now, do you know with the help of rate constants how to find order of reaction? Yes, we know the rate constant units for zero order kinetics, moles per liter per time. Are you getting my point? That means the backward reaction corresponding to which order kinetics? Zero order kinetics. The backward reaction corresponding to which order kinetics? Zero order kinetics. Whereas forward direction, it is the forward reaction corresponding to which order kinetics? First order kinetics. Are you getting my point? Suppose in the question it is given in the forward direction, that is the first order kinetics, and in the reverse direction, that is the second order kinetics. Then, okay, backward direction reaction zero order kinetics, forward direction reaction is first order kinetics. Then what will be the rate constant expression? What will be the rate constant expression? Okay, now here suppose backward reaction, for backward reaction, that is which order kinetics? Zero order kinetics. Okay, simply you can put the K2 value as a 0. Otherwise you can simplify total expression. Okay, now what will be the final expression? K1 plus K2. K1, instead of K2 I am taking the 0. So K1 equal to what? 2.303 by T logarithm of Xe divided by Xe minus X. When we have to put the K2 value 0, if the backward reaction is zero order kinetics. Zero order kinetics. Are you getting my point? Let's suppose I am giving one more example here. A gives B. Okay. Now in the forward direction, rate constant units given moles per liter per time, and in the backward direction the equilibrium the rate constant units are given time inverse. Now tell me which reaction is zero order kinetics and which reaction is first order kinetics. With the help of rate constant units, time inverse corresponding to first order, and moles per liter per time, that is the time inverse corresponding to which order kinetics? Zero order kinetics. Now in the forward direction zero order, that's why I am taking the K1 value 0. Are you getting my point? Because for forward reaction, that will be the zero order kinetics. That will be the what? Zero order kinetics. Are you getting my point? So if you take the general formula, that is K1 plus K2 is equal to 2.303 by T log of Xe by Xe plus Xe minus Xe, where we have to put the K1 value 0. So I am directly writing K2 is equal to what? 2.303 by T logarithm of Xe divided by Xe minus X. Are you getting my point? This is the another application. Are you getting my point? So that will be given in the question. If both forward and backward reactions are first order, maybe forward first order, backward zero order, maybe forward zero order, backward first order. Are you getting my point? That will be depending upon the question. Now what are the example for reversible reaction? The best example here we have cyclopropane. Cyclopropane decomposes to propene. This is a one example of reversible reaction. And the number 2 example, hydrogen iodine combine to give hydrogen iodide. These are the some example regarding the reversible reactions. These are the example corresponding to the reversible reactions. Are you getting my point? Now come to some problems. So question number 101, cis A equilibrium trans B. That means A, B two isomers, one will be cis form and another will be in the trans form. Okay, is a first order in both the directions. See here, in both the direction the reaction is following first order kinetics. The equilibrium constant is given as a 0.1 and the Kf, that is the rate constant in the forward direction, is given 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 second inverse. With the help of rate constant units also we can identify the order of the reaction. Starting from pure cis form, how long will time taken for half of the equilibrium amount of trans isomer to be formed? That means you have you have cis isomer and trans isomer. Okay, cis A and trans B. Are you getting my point? Now in the beginning only you are taking cis isomer. That means what is the concentration of cis isomer initially? Let's suppose A0, and trans isomer will be 0. When the system attaining the equilibrium, so A0 minus Xe concentration of cis isomer and Xe will be the concentration of the trans isomer. Are you getting my point? Now at a time interval t, so what will be the concentration of a reactant? A0 minus X, and concentration of a product, that is the trans isomer, will be the X. But in the question, the concentration of trans isomer will be half of the equilibrium amount. What is the equilibrium amount of the trans isomer? Xe. Half of the equilibrium amount, that will be X by Xe by 2. Are you getting my point? Now what is the equilibrium constant? Which is nothing but rate constant ratio of forward reaction to that of the backward reaction. Are you getting? Are you know this formula? Yes. Equilibrium, in equilibrium chapter there are two different formula. Number 1, equilibrium constant value, concentration of products divided by concentration of the reactants. This is the first formula we have to remember. And the next formula, rate constant ratio forward reaction to that of the reverse reaction, is also called equilibrium constant. Okay, what is the equilibrium constant value given here? 0.1. okay, what is the K rate constant, that is the Kf in the forward direction is given. So K1 will be the forward direction rate constant and K2 will be the reverse reaction backward direction. Are you getting my point? So what is the rate constant in the forward direction is given? 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. So shall I find the rate constant in the reverse direction? Yes. What will be the K2 value? K2 value equal to, that is the backward reaction rate constant, will equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now what is the overall equilibrium first order opposed by first order rate expression, rate constant expression? K1 plus K2 will be equal to 2.303 by T log of Xe divided by Xe minus X. Are you getting my point? Now in this expression we know K1 value, we know K2 value, and we know the Xe value in terms of X. So shall I find the time taken? Yes, we can find the time period. Okay, now I am writing the K1 value, that is 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 plus K2 value 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 equal to 2.303 divided by time period to be calculated log of Xe divided by, here instead of X shall I write Xe by 2? Yes. Instead of X shall I write Xe by 2? Yes. So here in the denominator Xe minus Xe by 2, that will be the Xe by 2. Xe gets cancelled, so 2 will be go to the numerator. So finally 3.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 equal to 2.303 divided by time period. Shall I write logarithm of 2? Okay, t equal to 2.303 into, what is the log 2 value? 0.3010 whole divided by 3.3 into 10 raised to minus 3. So overall you will get final answer 210 seconds. How many seconds? 210 seconds. Okay. Now question number 102. For a reversible reaction, A gives B, Kf, that is the rate constant in the forward direction, that is 0.01 per second. So what is the in the forward direction, which order kinetics? First order. How? Because the rate constant in units per second. And equilibrium constant is how much? 4. If the initial concentration of A given 0.01 and B is 0, that means we are starting from reactant side only. Okay. Then what will be the concentration of B after 30 seconds? After 30 seconds. Let's suppose A gives B. Okay. In this, the rate constant for forward reaction Kf and reverse reaction will be the Kb. What is the Kf value given in the question? 0.01. Okay. Now what is the equilibrium constant value given? K equilibrium, that is equal to 4. Now just now I told you the K equilibrium value equal to rate constant of forward reaction divided by rate constant of the backward reaction. Are you getting my point? So 4 equal to 0.01 divided by Kb. From here what is the backward reaction rate constant? 25 into 10 to the power minus 3. 25 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. Now here initially what we have? Only reactant A0. There will be no product. Okay. At a time interval T, let's suppose X moles of A decomposes and X moles of B form. Now when the system attaining the equilibrium, then A0 minus Xe will be the concentration of reactant and Xe will be the concentration of the product. Okay. Now at equilibrium, what will be the concentration of product B? That will be Xe divided by what will be the concentration of reactant A? That will be A0 minus Xe. So what will be the equilibrium constant we know? That is 4. So 4 is equal to, what is the equilibrium concentration of the B? Xe divided by equilibrium concentration of A? That will be A0 minus Xe. Okay. Now what is the A0 value given? Initial concentration is given in the question, that will be 0.01. Are you getting my point? The A0 value given what? 0.01 moles per liter, molar. Okay. So here A0 value we know 0.01 molar. Are you getting my point? From here shall I find the equilibrium concentration Xe? Yes. So here 4 is equal to Xe divided by 0.01 minus Xe. That is the equilibrium concentration of the product. Okay. From here Xe equal to 0.04 divided by 5. Are you getting my point? Now what is the rate constant expression? Kf plus Kb, that is K1 plus K2 equal to 2.303 divided by T log of Xe divided by Xe minus X. Are you getting my point? Now here Kf value 0.01 and Kb value 25 into 10 raised to minus 4 equal to 2.303 by time is given 30 seconds. Okay. In the question time is given after 30 seconds. Okay. Now logarithm of what will be the Xe value? 0.04 by 5 divided by Xe, that is 0.04 by 5 minus X. We have to find the X value. Okay. Now here after simplification of this, Xe divided by Xe minus X value equal to 1.454. Here we know the Xe value. From here we can find the X value. So finally X value equal to 0.0025 molar. Nothing but 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar. This is the concentration of product B after a time interval 30 seconds. Are you getting my point? Now the question number 103. For a reaction A gives B, the rate constant for forward reaction and backward reactions are respectively X second inverse, Y moles per liter per second. If the concentration of A, B at equilibrium are 0.5 molar, 2 molar, then what will be the equilibrium constant? Now here in the question, what will be the rate constant in the forward direction is given? That will be X second inverse. And what will be the rate constant in the backward reaction is given? Y moles per liter per second. So this will be given X per second and backward reaction is given as a y moles per liter per second. Do you know with the help of rate constant units we can find the order of a reaction? Yes. Now tell me what is the order of the forward reaction? That will be the first order because the units of rate constant, and backward reaction zero order. Are you getting my point? Now actually what will be the equilibrium constant value? That will be the concentration of the products divided by the concentration of a reactants where at equilibrium. Are you getting my point? Now actually what is the concentration of a B? What will be the concentration of reactant A and reactant B at equilibrium? That will be given in the question. Concentration of reactant A will be 0.5 molar and product will be 2 molar. So suppose if you bring the concentration of B at equilibrium 2 in the numerator and A in the denominator, that will be 0.5. So your answer will be what? 4. Your answer will be 4. But this is incorrect. This answer is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because in both the reactions, in both the directions, it is not following first order. Only in the forward direction it is first order, but whereas in the backward reaction it is following zero order kinetics. That's why I am writing again K equilibrium is equal to concentration of B at equilibrium. Now in the backward direction this is a zero order kinetics. That's why I am taking the power 0 here. Are you getting my point? Divided by concentration of A at equilibrium. What will be the power of the concentration of reactant A? That will be the 1 because the forward reaction is a first order kinetics. Are you getting by? Now you can write the concentration of B at equilibrium will be 2 to the power 0 divided by concentration of A at equilibrium 0.5 to the power 1. Are you getting my point? So final answer will be how much? 2. Are you getting my point? That means the equilibrium constant value is first option. Are you getting my point? 2. Now one more question is there. The reaction cis chromium ethylene diamine taken twice, OH taken twice plus equilibrium trans chromium ethylene diamine taken twice, OH taken twice. K1, K2, that will be the rate constant for forward and backward. Now first order in both the direction. In the question it is clearly mentioned. That means this is first order. Clearly mentioned. This is which order? First order. Okay. At 25 degrees Celsius, the equilibrium constant value given to you 0.16. And the rate constant for the K1, that is the forward direction, is given. In an experiment starting with the pure cis form, how long it will be time taken to half of the equilibrium amount of the trans isomer? This is similar to the previous question. Are you getting my point? So what is the equilibrium constant given in the question? 0.16. Okay. What will be the K1 value given? That is 3.3 into 10 to the power minus 2. What is the K2? That is to be find out. How? Equilibrium constant is equal to rate constant forward direction divided by rate constant in the backward direction. From here we can find the K2 as a K1, that will be 3.3 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by equilibrium constant, that will be 0.6. Okay. Now here K1 plus K2 equal to 2.303 by T log of XE divided by XE minus X. Are you getting my point? Now the K1 value we know, K2 value we know, and one more important relation, the concentration of the, how long it will time taken, half of the equilibrium amount of the trans isomer. Half of the equilibrium amount of the trans isomer. The product concentration will be half of the equilibrium concentration. So if you bring the X value as a XE by 2, after complete simplification you will get the time period, that will be equal to 289.6 seconds. If you want to convert into minutes, you will get 4.83 minutes. Okay.